Hello, this is James Arthur Ray, and welcome to The Leader's Edge, your shot to more powerfully create both your life and your business. Let me ask you a question. How do you make your decisions? With your head or your heart? And second question, what do you think ultimate performers do? More from their head or their heart? Well, the correct answer, if you're going to be whole, W-H-O-L-E, is both. And by the way, you need to add your gut. Now, I'm not going to get into this today, but there's as many neurological connections in your heart and in your gut as there are in your head. And this is scientifically proven. The heart is way more magnetic than the head or the brain will ever be. But that's another topic. I watched Terminator Salvation last night, and it's a fact that art reflects reality. And when I watch movies, I'm very selective about what I watch, and I'm always watching at a more deeper level than at the surface level. Movies like Inception, Matrix, Terminator, and many more are coming from the collective consciousness, and they're informing us of what is either now or to be. Now, let's face it, most of us think we know a lot. Yet the true master and leader knows that he knows little to nothing. When you're looking at the Terminator series, beyond the AI, special effects, pyrotechnics, and more, there's a much deeper message, particularly in this one, the Salvation movie. In Terminator Salvation, the salvation, quote, resided in the merging of the head and the heart. It's a fact predicted by Forbes magazine, Yuval Harari, Elon Musk, and many forward thinkers that the world is changing rapidly. Do you feel it? And for you to survive, much less thrive, you are going to absolutely have to learn to rapidly adjust, reinvent, and adapt to change. Now, unfortunately, since the development of the neocortex in our species, we've placed ourselves as an entire species in a very limited place. Our focus on IQ and head intelligence has placed us at a severe disadvantage against the AIs. It's just a fact. There's absolutely no way that you're going to be able to compete with them in intelligence and information gathering and memory. The great news, though, for those who wake up, is that you have an opportunity to get out of your head, recognize and appreciate it for what it is, and to become more integrated and whole. Now, think about this. Our ancestors had tremendous instincts and intuition. Intellectual prowess, not so much. Now, we have currently the intellectual prowess, but we've disengaged from our instinct, which is our gut, and our intuition, which is in the heart. You can't program these things, at least not yet anyway. And I'm going to predict, in my opinion, you're never going to be able to program intuition and instinct. Because intuition and instinct are not based on algorithms. Your intuition, inner tuition, your inner teacher, is literally your higher self speaking to you. Now, the greatest advantage that you and I have is that you can use your head for data gathering and information. That's what it's good for. And then you can use that information, not be driven by it. Big, big difference. And by the way, the greatest information you can receive is to be informed by your heart and your gut. Again, countless research proves these two things about leaders and ultimate performing entrepreneurs. Number one, they make quick decisions. Amateurs want to gather more information and gather more information and gather more information and gather and analyze it and think about it and get opinion polls. Leaders and ultimate performers make quick decisions. And secondly, it's proven that they decide more on intuition than on information. You see, intuition often appears to be counterintuitive, but it's really not. Now, what is it that you do? Are you basically an AI, or are you a human being on his or her way to becoming superhuman? You have the God given right to be superhuman. Now, I know that may sound far fetched, but believe me, it's not. You have far more abilities than you're even scratching the surface of utilizing. You are not separate from this universe. You're a part of it, and it is a part of you. And new science tells us that. You and it are the same. Do you realize that you have trillions of cells in your body, each with billions of atoms? And each of those billions of atoms in trillions of cells, can you imagine what a staggering number that is? Each of them has a proton in the middle of the atom. Just one of those protons has the entire mass and energy of the entire universe within it, which is 10 to the 54th power. That's 10 with 54 zeros after it. And that's just one proton in billions of atoms in trillions of cells. Can you get your mind around all the implications here? I'm not sure I even can. But when you even begin to get a portion of the implications, you realize that you are infinitely capable of accessing an infinite power and an ability that is so far beyond normal human, it must be called superhuman. Superhuman is your birthright. Superhuman is your destiny. Unfortunately, most have sold their power and their destiny to appearances. Isn't it time to take your power back now? Be a leader, live your purpose, and take your power back. Have a masterful day.